Welcome to our last chapter in Expeditions Rome. You've witnessed the rise to an emperor, death, and exile. And this time we're going to let a friend die. And become maybe consul? I am not so sure yet. This will bring an end to our gameplay.
Traitor to the Republic! Murderer of Romans! Enemy of the people! I have had your co-conspirators arrested, and they are patiently waiting for their moment of execution. But my own patience is wearing thin. I know villains like you do not have a sense of honor or virtue. Nevertheless, I know you were at least born Roman. If you have a speck of honor left, confess and surrender.
Consul, what are you doing? You can't publicly execute people without trial. Our laws forbid such despotism.
As dictator, prescription is well within my rights. The people of Rome saw fit to grant me that power. Who are you to question the wisdom of the people?
I am Lucius Fabius Leonis, and you are dictator no more. Stand down and let the Senate resolve this.
As long as Rome remains in crisis, I shall remain dictator. Your traitor friends are rightfully apprehended. If you want them, you'll have to go through me.
The Senate gave you the title so you can resolve the conflict with God. No, we had that option before. You can't execute Roman citizens without a proper trial. No, Kim. No, we want the same path without another change. The Senate gave you the title so you can resolve the conflict with Gallia. It is resolved now. I don't want to change the outcome.
It clearly isn't. You are still alive, aren't you?
In what twisted way do you think that I am the person responsible for this war?
You always worked against me, when the only thing I wanted was to build a strong Rome. Just like your father, you are envious of what I will achieve.
A strong Rome? Do you realize how many Romans died just because you wanted to be king? Is that your idea of a strong Rome?
Great works are built on bloodshed. Sacrifices must be made.
Then make your sacrifice yourself, coward.
Unless your intention is to bore me to death, I would like to start executing these criminals.
This is bullshit! Those people are heroes!
They've done nothing wrong! Let them go!
You have lost your control, Lurko. Look at the faces of these people, your fellow citizens. They're afraid.
Only criminals and traitors should be afraid of me.
They're afraid of what you have turned the Republic into. That fear will turn into anger the moment anyone decides to stand up and protect the Republic.
You're a good tactician. Consider your position now. Your prisoners are the only advantage you possess. But they're only valuable while they're still alive. The legatus can wait until you turn yourself into a murderer.
Or we can simply kill you and save them all. Then you will have achieved nothing here.
You wouldn't do that. You're men of law and order.
Losing my friends is the worst thing I can imagine, but their fates are in your hands now.
You still fail to think like a warrior. Your foe is in front of you. Strike him down and be done with it!
He can't kill us. He doesn't have the balls to do something like that. He knows he will be condemned.
I look forward to seeing my sister again, and to tell her that I am sorry. My only regret is to die at the hands of such a pathetic man.
I've shed blood in the name of Rome since the day I was born, and today shall be no different. Let him execute us, if that's what it takes to save the Republic.
I need you by my side. Do not sacrifice yourself for nothing.
It's not for nothing. It's for everything.
Enough! Make your decision.
Do what you feel you must, Lurko. I will not be baited by you.
As you wish. Who shall we take first?
Take me first. If I must die today, I will have it over with.
That's not gonna happen. He loves you too much. You have to stay alive for him. This city never wanted me. I've been wandering for too long. A stranger in my own home. Kill me! What do I care?
do we? This isn't justice.
I decide what is just. Execute her.
I will make you pay for this, Loco. I swear it by all the gods. You have killed an innocent woman.
Julia Calidar was many things, but she was not innocent. And you know it. A traitor to the Republic has been brought to justice. I truly wonder what you will do now.
Ah, you're a monster.
I'm a man of my word.
You have killed Roman citizens in front of numerous witnesses. You are finished.
Witnesses? Who's going to hold me responsible? I am dictator in perpetuo.
Your final and gravest mistake was to think you could get away with anything. But to all things, there is a limit. The power of a consul rests on public support. Well, look around you. Thanks to your impatience and your desperation to escape justice, you seem to have lost that support.
This is sick! It's an atrocity!
What's next? Will you have Pompeius executed too?
Calm yourselves! People of Rome, I am you. Don't you understand? A firm hand is what the Republic needs!
Despot! Tyrant! Down with him!
Get him! Put him down from there!
Get me out of here! Just get me out!
You're on your own, Consul!
Coward!
Webius Vitellius Lurco, you're not going anywhere! Throw yourself at the mercy of the Senate!
You can't do this. You don't have the authority.
Knock him on his ass. Shut your mouth for once in your life.
Don't you dare!
Now that is a style of rhetorics I can get behind.
We won. My friend, you did it.
I'm sure you have a lot to talk about. It is good to see you up and about, though. You look better.
Oh, we have dialogue options now. Oh, that's an interesting ending. Looks can be deceiving. I still feel dead inside.
Such things are natural. You've been tested physically and mentally. Furthermore, you've triumphed over your opponent.
Vitellius Lurco will face justice at last.
That much is certain. Your friends did not give their lives in vain.
Even in death, Julia Calida has the last laugh.
No compromise. Right up until the end.
Lurco will certainly be exiled, or even executed. The Senate doesn't have a high opinion of traitors. Obviously, you will have to testify.
My conscience is clear.
I know. You paid a heavy price to keep it that way.
If you will forgive me for bringing this up, I believe this will be good for your political career.
The last consul was a criminal. No, let's be... You think I can be senator?
Why not? You are the right age to begin the cursus honorum. All senators have to start somewhere. As far as the Senate is concerned, you are a tragic hero who brought a corrupt consul to justice. Regardless of what happens to Lurco, Rome will need a new consul. And I can't think of a better candidate.
Cato is right. Both the Optimates and the Populares already support you. If you run for Senate, the election will result in a landslide win.
It is decided then. With your help, I shall be elected Questor, and one day Consul. I will try to be a good servant to the people of Rome, and make sure everyone remembers those who have given their lives for this.
I have no doubts.
The victory is bittersweet. I wonder if I could have saved my friends.
You did save them. Those who remain alive have you to thank for it. This chapter ends, and another chapter begins. Fortuna alone knows what the future holds.
So ends the abridged history of one of the most beloved consuls of the Republic of Rome. It is thanks to him and his efforts to thwart the corruption and ambition of Vitellius Lurco that Rome remains a proud republic to this day. With his allies in the Senate, he worked tirelessly to address the problems that had plagued the Republic since its birth. Though many among the people of Rome lamented what they saw as a lost opportunity to challenge the status quo, the strengthening of democracy greatly improved life throughout the provinces of Rome. In time, the savior of the Republic took his well-deserved place in history among such heroes as Cincinnatus or Scipio Africanus. Cinyros. Once he had been an athlete, a wrestler, and a troublemaker. But in our story, he was a servus, a protector, and a mentor. He had died diligently performing the task to which he had devoted himself, protecting his ward. Cinyros was given a tomb in Rome's finest cemetery, next to his old dominus, whose death had incited this story. Though his death had been unexpected, he met his end with dignity and resolve. He had received forgiveness and, after a fashion, vindication for the mistakes of his youth. He was missed by all those who knew him. Caeso finally seemed to have had his fill of military campaigns. Together with Lucia and their daughter, he settled down in Rome. Though their relationship was distant at first, the shared love they felt for their daughter soon brought them close, and eventually they had many more children together. To his surprise, Caeso took well to the quiet life and to fatherhood. He remained very close with his old friends, with whom he often met to drink and eat and share stories of their old lives as the heroes of the Republic. What emotion had moved Julia Callida to give her life for her friends? Did she hope to atone for her past misdeeds? Did she feel she had less reason to live than they did? Or was it simply a selfless desire to protect the only people who she had ever truly trusted? Whatever the cause, her death had changed the Republic forever. A Senate resolution posthumously absolved her of all crimes, and she was laid to rest in a prestigious tomb in Rome. The friends she left behind to grieve her death would always remember her as a somewhat tragic figure, a woman who was never permitted to simply live the life she wanted. Yet her story was also proof that the circumstances of your birth are not the only chance you'll ever have to find a family. Bestia stayed in Rome and remained close friends with his old companions, going out of his way to stay in touch with them all, no matter the distance that separated them. He returned to the arena, but no longer as a gladiator. His new vocation was to teach Pancration, inspired by the story of his old magister Cinyros. Though it brought him little wealth, there is no doubt it made him happy. As soon as things had quieted down, Bestia traveled to Africa once more to look for his sister. He did find her and bring her home, and she lived happily there for the rest of her life. Deianira stayed by her beloved's side, enjoying the life of luxury that Roman society could afford. Though she would never feel quite at home in Rome, it seemed nothing could trouble her as long as they had each other. Eventually, they did make the journey to Scherthia together, where she reconnected with her family. Claudiana lived for many more years. She had many friends in Rome, and her life was peaceful and comfortable until her final days. On her deathbed, she revealed that she had once been very close indeed with Lucullus, and that indeed the true family name of her children was Liciniia. Cato remained an important figure in Roman politics, grudgingly respected even by those among the population who desired change. He remained a defender of the patrician class, a shield against the pandering and opportunism of the more populist voices. He himself was elected consul twice throughout his life, and his years in the position were generally favorably regarded. Cicero served one more year as consul before his retirement. In his old days, he lived a quiet life on a farm in Sicily, where he was greatly beloved by the people for his time as quaestor. He continued to write many books on politics and law. Defeated once more by Rome, Mithridates escaped to the lands north of the Black Sea in the hope that he could raise a new army. but the locals soon rebelled against his rule. Incapable of taking his own life by poison, in the end, Mithridates died by the sword of his bodyguard. With Zenobia in charge of Musia, it became once more a peaceful part of the Roman province of Asia Minor. With her focus on trade and strong ties to the neighboring regions, her people enjoyed a period of great prosperity. Without the leadership of Damianos, the rebellion of his gladiators soon spiraled out of control, beginning what became known as the Servile War. Escaped slaves terrorized the Roman citizens throughout Thracia until the wealthy senator Crassus brutally defeated them and crucified thousands along the road towards Rome. Lunia's death sent Nazarmanes spiraling into a fractious conflict as greedy elders from minor tribes attempted to fill the void her passing had left behind. Though Queen Cleopatra attempted to bring the region under control, her attentions were too divided, the conflict too great for her to manage. Rome was forced to send more legions to enforce peace and stability with an iron fist. Though Africa Proconsularis eventually saw peace again, the traditions and culture of the Berber population were lost forever. Queen Cleopatra Philopator was, from the day of her coronation, a greatly beloved Queen of Egypt. Revered and admired by the population, she spent many of her days traveling up and down the Nile to visit her subjects and address their troubles and concerns. Under her rule, Egypt remained a powerful and prosperous nation and a strong ally of Rome. The fruits of the Nile flowed freely to the people of the Republic. After traveling all across Africa for many years, going wherever her instincts took her, Rhea eventually returned to Memphis and to the service of Tener at the Temple of Ubasti. When her mentor passed away, Rhea naturally assumed the mantle as High Priestess of the Cat Goddess. Though the old faith was dwindling, she was greatly beloved by many, and her temple prospered, always home to many, many, many cats. With Diwydiacus once more assuming rulership of the Aedui, the tribe maintained a strong alliance with Rome, and through it, they greatly prospered. With the aid of the Aedui, Gallia slowly unified under Roman rule, and civilization soon began to creep into those lands in the form of paved roads, aqueducts, and fortified Roman towns. In his old age, did the Druid ever regret hastening the absorption and suppression of his own faith and culture? We will never know. The defeat and death of Vercingetorix had reduced the once mighty Awerni tribe to a myriad bickering chieftains. Without his vision, his charisma, and his resolve, there was no unifying figure to rally around, and no way for Gallia to resist their slow but inevitable assimilation into Rome. Perhaps if Vercingetorix had lived, some of their culture or religion might have survived in some form. But surely they must be grateful that civilization at last was brought to their lands. In this work, I have done my best to recount the history of this fascinating period, truthfully and accurately. As I have scoured the sources and spoken to many who claimed to have heard the story from someone who was there at the time, one thing that has stood out to me is the pivotal moments along the way where our story could have turned out very differently. In his darkest moods, the savior of Rome must have wondered if there was anything he could have done differently to save his friends. Perhaps if he had struck down Vitellius Lurco on that stage, or if he had gone so far as to bring his legion across the Rubicon, none of his companions would have had to die. But for those of us left to live in a peaceful and strong republic, what transpired seems like the best possible outcome. Our republic was saved, and the villain, Vitellius Lurco, was brought to justice. One should always take care when second-guessing historical figures with the benefit of hindsight. Here in the present, there will never truly be a way for you to know how you might have acted if you had lived in the past. Nor can you ever be certain how history will remember you.
And now you can decide which of these versions is the best one. I did not expect this game to become great. The gameplay isn't great, but the story and the way it gives you the options to truly have an effect on everything. That is what a great game is supposed to be about. To tell you a story that isn't static. Like, it bothered me a bit in Guardians of the Galaxy, the last game that I played. In Guardians, it doesn't matter what you do. The outcome will always be the same. There are minor differences, yes. They will affect how many troops the enemy will have in the end, but that is not a great story. And we've seen the ending when no one dies. But is that the best one? Is that the greatest one? And we could have made other choices throughout the game. We could have romanced maybe Julia, and she would never have had to die. Maybe Diana instead would have died. Or what would have happened if we had romanced one of our other companions? This game is beautiful. Thank you for watching this. I hope you enjoyed it as well. I did not expect this. I guess I will dive into the other games. Expeditions, that's a franchise of games. I believe the last game, so this Expedition to Rome was released in... Was it in end of 2021 or early 2022? And the game before that, Expeditions Vikings, about the Vikings, was released, I believe, in 2016 or 17. You might dive into that one. Until we meet again. And of course we're going to watch the credits unfold. It sounds very German. Florian Emmerich, Fabian Neubauer, Markus Kubler, Manuel Karl. This is a German Johannes Lehner, Barbara Kugler, Ernst Satzinger, Peter Hamsch, Thomas Reisinger, Manuel Metzger. This sounds like a very German team. Nordic Inc. Clemens Kreuzer, Erik Wurstmann, Wüstmann, David Knudsen. Yeah, that's definitely sounds German. Translation. Russian version. Buka Entertainment. I can't pronounce that. Until we meet again.